Hi Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Since it did take me a while to read for you guys this month, I will be reading for you guys early March. Excuse my nails. I'm really weird with my hands. Can't stay still with my hands. But yeah, we're going to be reading you, the crossing energy that you might be finding yourself dealing with in this month, for the rest of the month, or for this whole month, along with a possible outcome, along with some advice. So I will be also adding the sidereal and tropical dates for Gemini under the description. So just if you're curious, if you want to see if you're a true Gemini or just in tropical, just something to know. But I think that's it. So let's get started. So Gemini, it's been one heck of a month, right? We got the Fool, the Emperor, and the Moon. So we got the Fool, the Emperor, the Moon. Beautiful energy here, Gemini. It seems like you've decided, you took some sort of leap of faith. You decided to see a new beginning of some sort in a situation. And I can't help but, it's like I'm feeling like because you took that leap of faith, and this can be a leap of faith that happened any time ago. This is in your past. Whatever leap of faith you took at one point of your life, it has caused you to feel like you are not in full control of you and your surroundings, which causes a trigger of wanting to be controlling, because we have that sense of not feeling like we have control. So now let's be extra controlling to feel like we do have. And it's not like if we're controlling in a very ugly, bitter way, even though it can be like that too, but more in a controlling way with our love. Controlling way with our affection and our nurturing, what we have to offer. And I think you are learning to heal that. When you see a future for yourself, you feel like you know you're going to only get better and better with your intuition. You're only going to get better and better with listening to your gut. You're only going to get better in possibly feeling like you have control again. Not even possibly. It's like for sure. For sure. So I see that like you are in a good spot right now in February, and I'm really proud of you, Gemini. Let's see. We don't need that many. Now let's read for your crossing energy, your noun, your person, place, or thing, or yourself that you are handling or dealing with right now. We got the Empress, the Chariot, and the Six of Swords. It's funny because your other two sister signs, Aquarius and Libra, got the Chariot in their own way as well. That's funny. So all three of you guys got the Chariot. Talk about in sync. So this is your noun or yourself. The energy you are dealing with right now. What they're looking like, what that energy is looking like. And it looks like coming from a past of constantly seeing how abundant everything is, how abundant it is to even give, knowing the abundance in giving. That's how much abundance there is in this person's perspective. Coming from a past like that, but somehow having it being distorted somehow. It's like, I know the world is abundant, but something's missing to make it all click like that again. Feeling like losing that sense of feeling super in tune with the nurturing and self-love part of ourselves. Because we're talking about abundance, but what is abundance? Abundance is anything that feels good, anything that is good, anything that makes us feel more rich, more happy, abundant. Even though, and this, it's funny because, like I said, your sister signs got this energy too. Even though the past comes from feeling like something's missing, it's like this month we've found ourselves, or at least as soon as you watch this video, the energy that you're dealing with finds themselves feeling like, because I come from a past of struggling to see the good in life, even though I know it's there, is why I'm a warrior. It's like that's what I'm getting from this energy. It's like I'm a warrior because I struggle with seeing the good, even though I know there's good. I'm a warrior because people have taken way too much from me when I decide to give. And because I'm a warrior, I'm constantly gonna have to keep finding safe spaces because I'm learning, just like you, Gemini. It's like this noun is learning to channel their intuition, channel what is right and wrong for themselves, channel what is good for their hearts, not for their ego. Finding safety, finding finding some sort of, I don't know, I'm getting the word safe. Just safe mentally, like not full of fear and paranoia, not full of anxiety and depression. Because it's like this energy is saying, because I'm a warrior for the reasons that we know of now with the Empress and feeling like we've given too much, we know that the potential that we have to carry, but now it's like harder to bring that to ourselves because of what's happened, because of this imbalance. And because of that, I know I'm a warrior and I have to keep going and seeing myself as a warrior to find that safe spot for me, whatever this noun is. Let's move on to the possible outcome with these energies here. We got the King of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. If there's one thing for sure, is that all the new beginnings and the leaps of faith that you've taken in the past, Gemini, even if it's not a lot, that leap of faith that you took that made you feel a little cold, made you feel a little bitter, made you feel like your intuition is now the only thing that you're focusing on, other than anything else, other than power. It's like now the only power you truly feel like is worth carrying is your intuition. And this energy that you're dealing with feels the same way, except they are struggling to find their intuition because they're stuck in that feeling of like life is hard, we have to put in extra work, we have to struggle before it gets better. A happy home is just an idea. Like, I don't know, I'm getting really pessimistic vibes here, but it's only because of the lack of control with emotions here. It's not just controlling our surroundings, controlling people, controlling life, controlling money, controlling our habits, even though it's all of those things too. But most importantly, it is how we handle our emotions, how we control our emotions. Especially with those people, with work, with your habits. How are you controlling your emotions throughout all of that? Are you, for example, being bitter? Are you being cold? Are you being controlling? Are you Are you constantly thinking that your intuition is far out from you and you'll never really gonna reach it the way you felt like you had once before? Are you not controlling it with thinking that a safe spot, a feeling of security and peace and safety? I don't know why I get that word so much. Like feeling safe, feeling warm, feeling like gosh, this world is so cold, and knowing that it's cold, but feeling like, I feel so much better now though because now I'm safe. It's like, how are we controlling our emotions with all of that? How are we controlling our emotions, and how are we letting our emotions control us? Should we let it control us? I don't think so. I think emotions are just going to be there, and just like thoughts, we can feel something and then later on realize we thought we wanted to feel like that, but then we didn't. Like, for example, for people who don't like mangoes, trying it for the first time, it looks really good, but once they try it, they don't like the texture, the taste, I mean, that's just an example because I love mangoes. But that's just an example. It's like, so we shouldn't let ourselves be controlled by our emotions. And I think with the King of Cups, there was once upon a time for you and this person, if you are dealing with someone, or just you, there was a time where you were able to bring in everything that you wanted and give everything that you wanted because you controlled your emotions. And it's not like if you knew you were doing it, maybe you did, but not in the way, you can't find yourself back there again. And I think it's because there's still so much more you need to gain and learn within this month alone. And I think you just need to be patient. That's one big thing. Be patient with yourself. Like literally, this is the second month of the year and you just want your year to look so different is what I'm getting here. And it's telling me like it will be different the way you want it, the way you see it. When you see a future for yourself, you see like this big happy family, you see this foundation and just togetherness and completion, that just feels great. It feels amazing. It feels like it feels like that missing part of you that you've been wanting. The universe is saying you have that. You have all that. You just need to be a bit patient with yourself. And it's not just with actions, even though it's that too, but patience with your thoughts, patience with the way you feel. Take your time to really see what you're creating, not only out with work and friends and relationships, but within yourself too. How are you creating who you are every single day? I'm not the same person I was a year ago. I'm not the same person I was in January. Okay, maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm a lot like who I was in January, except not, because we're always changing. Let's get some clarity here on the crossing energy. It's like this energy wants to find safety so bad. But it's like if they feel like a warrior, why are they seeing their future this way? This one flew out. How funny. Because they're not following their intuition. Silence is the moon. When you see a future for yourself, you see yourself knowing exactly who you are, following your inner voice, and just being successful because you're following your inner voice. You're not following any other bad voice. You're following your heart. You're following the truth. Whatever you're dealing with, let's say it's a person. When they see the future, they don't see that. They see a future that when they see a future, they see a future that they have to constantly find safe spots, find checkpoints that make them feel like they're away, like just a lot of paranoia and anxiety is what I'm getting. And it's hard to understand because yet they feel like they okay, what I'm getting is that the crossing energy is not necessarily that they feel like a warrior, because of all the pain that they've gone through. But if anything, it's like a front. It's a front they have to put up, saying that they're a warrior, saying that they have gone through hell and they can stand tall. It's like a front they have to put for themselves, because if not, all they're left with is with the paranoia and anxiety. And that is what causes this impatience between yourself, or between both of you. It's like there's this imbalance with trust and patience and faith with what is being created every single minute, every single day, every year that's passed by. I mean, who knows how long you've been dealing with this? Seems like a while. Seems like the beginning of time. But, you know, it's hard to follow the future you see for yourself when you're stuck to coping mechanisms that keep you stuck. Coping mechanisms like, I'm a warrior, and because I'm a warrior, it gives me a right to be controlling. It gives me a right to be rude and cold and not loving, and only loving when I want to be, not when it's needed. And the reason why I'm cold like this, it's because the world took a lot from me, because all I've done is take leaps of faith. I've jumped into things all based off of faith, and it never helped me. So it's like that narrative is what's keeping the future from looking like the way you want it. And the way you want it is the opposite. Knowing that next time you take a leap of faith, you'll be okay, because you know your faith. And maybe perhaps that's what's different now. Before, you didn't really have control over your emotions, your intuition, your gut, the way you have it now. And now you feel like, now that you're learning to do that slowly but surely, but slowly most importantly, you need to be patient with yourself. Gemini, no judgment here, no judgment here. Let's get a Dark Mirror Oracle card. This Dark Mirror deck is going to tell us what is, and I'm not sure if I showed you guys these cards, the outcome for you guys, but these are the outcomes we got, and that's what the messages I got for those cards. But Dark Mirror Oracle deck is like what darkness is latching on to us, a dark thought, a dark aura, a dark omen that is not letting us see our intuition, see a bright future for ourselves, have patience for ourselves. Fated to suffer, 25. It's like when we think of God, especially when we were younger, you know, and God, this is for anyone who always knew that there was a higher power out there. This can be any religion, of course, or no religion, just knowing that there's a higher power out there. Growing up, our faith was a lot stronger and more focused into that feeling without knowing, because we just knew. Until life shifted that for us, conditioned us to believe that, you know what, God is real, but he's very mild compared to the darkness in the world. You know, this is not something that we picked up on ourselves. This is something that was given to us over time, over and over and over again, to the point where now we have this omen sucking on to our, like a leech. Just kidding, that's very dramatic. But whispering in our ear, telling us, hey, this feels really good, but it's gonna suck later, because that's how life is. Hey, you really want to eat those tacos, but you're gonna pay for it later. Hey, that person's really nice and they feel really genuine, and even though they're telling you that they're just gonna help you unconditionally with no strings attached, with no expectations, with just their unconditional love, it's all a lie. Like, feeling like no matter what happens, good happens in your life, you're just fated to suffer. It's like when we see this picture, we automatically think that's the witch and that's Snow White. But what if it's not the witch? What if it's her neighbor and they had coffee yesterday and she picks up apples every Sunday because the apples are candy apples and they're her favorite. Like, we have to remove this leech of pessimism with love, with anything that makes us feel good, with anything that makes us feel happy. Let's pick out another card here from the Lemurians. The Lemurians are love and light beings. And we got alignment. Look at that. That's beautiful with dolphins there. 8 + 1 is 9. Beautiful. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The Lemurians are telling you, hey, you need to align yourself. Take the time to meditate, perhaps, or take the time to be alone. Take the time to sit down and just sit with emotions, perhaps watching a movie that really triggers you and watching it because it'll be a great way to handle how you view negativity, how you view energies and emotions that you don't agree with. A good test to see how you speak to yourself and handle them. What's a good life purpose card here for Gemini? We got study. Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. Perhaps studying something for your actual job, perhaps studying something for school, like getting into extra activities, or if you just want to pick up on more knowledge, perhaps on intuition, picking up a book on intuition, listening to a podcast on controlling emotions, just learning to consume more knowledge that can actually empower you is what the angels are telling you to do for the rest of February. But I hope this helped, Gemini. Like I said, I'll talk to you guys March. If this helped anyway, please comment, like, subscribe. Any of those things help me and keep me motivated. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I will talk to you guys soon.